everyone.
All right. Thanks, Gary, for setting the mood. Sorry for the late recap video. Okay. But nevertheless, here we are. Okay, so again, told you here, we're gonna go up. Up we have gone. Now, this is getting close. Okay, to high readings. Okay, this can still go higher, but it's come up fast. Anyways, we played it very well, and I think today, I did say that we could see 4, 5, 20, hit that over by 1.65, and I gave you the closing price of 4,515, and that's pretty darn close. Okay, now I said Wednesday they would burn premiums, which they did, even though we caught that open move and we caught the 47% on the 5-minute challenge. It was still I wouldn't call this an easy day to trade. Man, they really gotta get their stuff together. There we go. So anyways, we caught this, and then we hit the top and the bottom of the initial balance, and then we were range bound the whole day. Correct? Yes. And we caught this move for the challenge. Now, again, if we take a closer look here, see what they did today. The whole MACD came down all day while they were pumping with the Stow. Okay, I'll explain why. Minuscule volume except for open and close. This is now set up, in my opinion, to at some point go higher. Now, I'll be watching the overnight session. Obviously, you got the Stow coming down here. That too, they need to do that in order for this to go higher. Now, we obviously have data. Not only do we have PCE pre-market, but we also get jobs. Okay, and before that we have this over here, and we also have this here in 30 minutes from filming. Okay, so there's plenty of landmines here, but it's also full moon tonight, and then obviously on Friday we have this, which is of huge importance. Now, if you look at what the forecast is and the consensus is and the previous, that could be quite a mover. I personally love trading this because it's usually having a lagging move. If this is 0.2, we go higher tomorrow. If this is 0.1, we absolutely freaking, it'll go nuts. Okay? But let me show you on SPY, because someone had asked, how do you catch a move straight off the bat? Well, obviously, you have to know and feel the market. I mean, I'm always looking at Apple and Nvidia. I'm always looking at QQQ and SPY and oil and KRE and the dark pool, you name it. But let's take open. Where is it? It's right here. Okay, so first you had the trappy move. However, it held the 21, and anytime it's above VWAP here, which I don't usually have on because I watched other stuff, but you could use it. And especially anytime it gets to the upper VWAP band, it goes, especially if it's in the morning. So that's how you can catch it. And obviously, if the Stow into open is down, doesn't matter where the market is, how much lower is it gonna go? To 0? Chances are it's gonna go up, okay? Which is another one. And if the MACD has room, so you can look at this and you can look, as you can see, Stow, I use Stow when I trade futures because you need to see, since it's so erratic, if it's going to pump or not. The Stow is by far the fastest indicator. If it's at 0 at open, Okay, let's say it's maxed out. What's it going to do? It's probably going to dump, right? But if it's close to nothing and you have rooms to go up, and the next day is a full moon and you're seeing Apple getting bought up, that's how you catch that Apple move. Okay, so there's no easy one-click solutions. You got to look at stuff, comes with experience. And obviously another good one is, let's say the stow is low and you're in your demand area, chances are it's gonna have a move out of there. Okay, and then you gotta look at the breadth of the market, blah 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 blah. Okay, now Apple, absolutely insane move. Now check this out though. Yes, we have the cross, these have not crossed, so this is either going to reject or it will. I mean, I said, I gave you the price it was going to, right there. Why did it stop there? Because there's a gap here from earnings. Okay, it's gonna fill that gap. It even has, it can run up to here on a gap fill. I mean, they're not gonna ditch their darling. They fill the gap down here, boom, and then they're gonna run it all the way up. And the whole measured move on the daily is up to 196, right? Nvidia, it does that thing where it'll dump in the morning and then go. This is really tricky to trade today. I didn't do it myself, obviously sold off at the end. You got some action. I pointed that out early on. And an interesting fact about you is that it did close above its initial balance. Okay, now obviously tomorrow, as I told you, we got MongoDB. Well, I haven't looked at it. So Chewy pumped and then died. What did? Nice. Nice. All right, so tech had 2 successful earnings. I'm gonna be watching MongoDB tomorrow. Oof, nice move. Man, it has ran though, but it has room to go quite a bit. Okay, I'm definitely gonna play this tomorrow. YOLO time. All right, cool. Anyways, congrats if you've been dealing in used cars. Again, you can see here's the demand zone, supply zones up there. All right, cool. Let's get into the nitty gritty. So what can this do? I would say, I had told you that this is the FOMC announcement. If it can get above here, it will go and touch this gap. Okay, above, then it's a chance to like, do they do it or not, if it's gonna fill the gap. But this would be max for this week. Okay, again, there's a huge psychological level in the market. I don't know if anyone else has mentioned this to you ever, but if we trade under FOMC announcements, even though it was Jackson Hole, above it is very bullish. If it can get above this tomorrow, it will go for the gap and then higher. And I obviously have been calling for a end of August pump into the supermoon or whatever. If you look on the MACD, that just crossed. So we can have chop and consolidation, but I do think we go higher. Now, I don't want to bust out. Hold on, I gotta buy this futures position here. There we go. I don't want to bust out the seasonal chart, but I'm gonna do it just because. Ding, 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 ding. There you are. And I know Todd isn't here to grid this, unfortunately, but as you can see, it has that pump, goes into early September. Okay, and then this period out of the whole year is going to be the hardest. It is every year the hardest, which is why, again, I'm rolling out things to help everybody, like the full moon circle. As you can see, I've been really trying to choose my setups. Okay, carefully and not be in the market and say, look, I think they're going to chop up premiums today, which they did. Call it, all week like that. I'm really trying to do it because it's going to be crucial going into these next months. And for people asking about swings, look, come late October, November, we're going to be swinging a bunch of shit way out the money, and you'll be surprised at how epic it's going to be. Now, 10-year yield, lovely. Out of nowhere, smack down. Unless you've drawn this trend line all the way back in 2021. Wouldn't you know? Okay? So when I give you guys levels, use them because they work. Okay? Wonderful. Getting some good vol D, even though the volume's absolute shit. Whatever. All right, I gave you 1390 something yesterday, I believe. Under here, 1326, but I would want to see it come down here if we have a rally. Anywhere between 1274 and 1295. Oil has a potential to absolutely fly. Okay? So be aware of that. Dixie, I said today, near closing, that it looks like a bear flag. It's come down. Okay? We'll see what happens. Bitcoin, did it give up all those gains? Probably, since it's dog shit. Yeah, almost. But it's good that it's up there. I mean, if Bitcoin's bullish, the market's bullish. Okay? Quickly, before we go here. All right, so I said today, look, beware that there is no dark pool on QQQ. It's all flow. That is never good long term. That doesn't mean we can't pump here. But long term, it means, as you can see here, we got that boom, and then they sold it all day. And if you look on a bigger time frame, you can see there's plenty of flow propping this up. They bought this pop, and then they sold it. Okay? So, once this... I was one of the few who called the Dixie Death Cross, for new people unaware. When SPY was at $374, I said, we're gonna go up. Well, what happened? One significant part of that call was that I had been watching Apple sell to what's probably like 124 or something. And then for months. And then it reversed. Okay, and Apple went to almost 200. Okay, so this is very important. And it's very important for the train, and it's not things that people watch, but I always watch it for you. Now, we had flow today, but look at this. And for instance, Doug will look at this and be like, that's not a lot of calls. Exactly. This can be in the 40s, 50s, 60s, right? But what we did have today was a lot of green here. We had that dip, but the puts never came through because a lot of bears were absolutely annihilated. And also, they know that in a few weeks, the sell will come. So what they're doing is they're going, when I say exit liquidity move, they're going up here, there's sell orders, okay? And buy orders for shorts and puts and all that. So they need to go up there and grab it or the market won't work, okay? Anyways, I'll be on the train tomorrow. Tomorrow is my 10th anniversary with my wife, so I might have to dip early, or she might call a bill on me, and no one wants that. But anyways, the link to the Full Moon Circle is in the membership. I will be on tomorrow. Let's catch that 5% challenge move. I mean, guys, how awesome is that? Okay, and you saw today, what did I do? I front ran it for a reason. Let me quickly pull it up and I'll tell you why. Because I know some of you were wondering how come he did it that way. All right. I always look at the STO and the MACD. Do you see the difference? I don't know if you do. look, when this, first of all, what I want to say is, you see how the MACDs are coming down, not up. When I saw it hold this level and it held on the retest, it held the 89, and I see the stow going, the, you know, as I've said before, sometimes I identify as a train. And I see this flip. I'm not gonna wait for these to curl back around, because sometimes they lag, and in a tight range they're not gonna be fast enough. Okay, and in a tight range sometimes you want to jump on the 3 minute, and if you really want to go for it, 1 minute's allowed too. Okay, makes a big difference. Okay, broader moves, 5 minute all the way. But anyways, that's why I was clear about pointing it out, because I was like, okay, I know for a reason I've said I'm looking at the last 2 hours. Why? Because half an hour before power hour, we usually get a move. Into power hour, we usually get a move. When zeros close, we usually get a move. Okay? It's not by random. Okay? So I saw that held in a choppy range and had come down quite a bit after chopping here. And at that point, you know, it touched it, pump, held, and I see the stow start to go, and I see this flip, and I see this curl. I'm going to front run it, hence taking 47% max given on that particular contract. And usually I will play 0 DTEs on the 5% challenge, unless I see that, okay, we're not going to freaking chop and burn premiums, we're absolutely going to fly, then I could, you know, take a contract out more. But when you see a MACD that's done this all day, this is classic premium burning. Okay, and when it's already extended on the 1 hour and it desperately needs to chill, I mean, again, you can look at these indicators and be like, okay, well, you know, the stow needs to come down to go back up. It can't hold right here all day. Same with the MACD. But if price is kind of holding, this is premium burning and gathering more energy for the next move. All right, sorry if this was too long. Love you guys. I love the train. It's so awesome that we have this group and that we continuously learn, not only through success, but how to deal with failures and setbacks and emotions. Trading is very complex, but very rewarding at the same time. Love yourself, love your family. God bless. See you tomorrow at dawn.